Last week, you applied to one of the positions at your dream company for the third time. After waiting for so long, you got this opportunity to share your resume with one of the internal recruiters for a position which you feel is completely in line with your skills, expertise, and career goals. You do not want to miss this opportunity at any cost because you never know when you will get another chance. Therefore, you have sent your application through a friend who currently works in the company, and since you went through an internal referral, you are overly optimistic that you will be called for an interview this time. But it has been a few days now and you have still not heard back from the recruiter, so you are constantly following up with your friend to see if there is an update. But either he has no news. After a long wait, one fine day your friend called to share the bad news that your resume is not shortlisted because you are a job hopper. Unfair, right? I know it is. Your resume is the first thing to reach the recruiter's or the hiring manager's desk. A recruiter who does not know you at all beyond your resume, for him this resume becomes your identity and represents who you are professionally. So if you have too many jobs in your resume in a short span of time, the recruiter will not even bother looking at your experience, achievements, or skills mentioned in the resume unless it is a niche skill, and there are not enough applicants in the job market with that particular skill. The point to be noted is that this scenario is common for most of the companies where they have their own standards and protocols to follow, or the HR receiving thousands of applications every month and they have a tedious job of deciding whom to entertain with an interview. But there are a lot of other companies where the managers will call you for the interview to know more about you and see if your skills and expertise are a match with their requirement, irrespective of your short-term jobs. However, if you have worked with 4 to 6 different companies in the past 5 years, they will have their share of doubts. Like, if we hire him, will he quit the job after a year? Is he scared of accepting challenges and quits whenever he finds himself in a difficult situation? Is he money-minded and quits as soon as he is offered something more from a different company? Or maybe he is not a team player and has trouble getting along with people. Well, they are quite right to think in this way. Put yourself in their shoes and now imagine, won't these thoughts cross your mind if you are the hiring manager and the resume in front of you has 4 to 6 jobs in a span of 5 years? At least they called you in for the interview based on your work experience and expertise, and they felt that your roles and responsibilities in the current company or the last company are very much similar to what they are doing now. They just want to clarify if you are gonna stick around for a longer duration this time or you will make another jump after your first work anniversary. After all, every employer wants to hire someone who will commit to their company. Sometimes it also depends on the manager reviewing your resume. For a manager who has worked with multiple companies in his tenure and understands the mindset of the Generation Y, it might not be a big deal for him. On the other hand, if your resume is being reviewed by someone who has worked at one company for several years now, then he might look at your resume while raising an eyebrow. So what counts as job hopping and who is a job hopper? It again depends on the manager who is reviewing your resume. But if your resume falls into the below mentioned 2 categories, then it indicates clear signs of a job hopper. Number 1. The employment durations are in months and not years. For example, you have a total 3 years of experience and your employment dates are as below. First job, Feb 2017 till June 2017. Second job, July 2017 till April 2018. Third job, May 2018 till May 2019. Fourth job, June 2019 till December 2019. And at present, you are working at a company which you joined in Jan 2020 and now you have again started looking for a new opportunity. So a resume that shows job changes every few months indicates that you have adopted the habit of changing jobs frequently. Reasons for the job change might be genuine, but in this case, all the reasons will be considered as excuses, and the prospective employer will expect you to do the same with them. Number 2. Your jobs are all over the place. For example, you have close to 5 years experience and a short synopsis of your resume looks like this. First job, Customer Support Executive, from Jan 2015 till Feb 2016. Second job, Manual Tester, from May 2016 till December 2016. Third job, Technical Support Executive, from Jan 2017 till August 2018. Fourth job, Business Analyst, from September 2018 till March 2020. From April 2020, you are employed as a customer service consultant and now again started looking for new roles. In this resume, though you have few employments with durations of more than a year, these are still considered as short-term jobs for a total experience of 5 years. As per the employers, anything below 2 years is short-term and an easy path to a higher salary. Apart from this, the resume looks inconsistent with multiple professions in a short span of time. No doubt this applicant might have a broader range of skills and will be more adaptable because of his experience in a number of different capacities. But so many short-term jobs along with different kinds of role will be a concern for prospective employers. A resume should tell a story about the applicant's professional background and should not indicate that after working for 5 years, you are still confused and figuring out which profession is right for you. For example, the above resume would have looked great if it were something like this. First job, Customer Support Executive, from Jan 2015 till Feb 2016. And then working as a customer service consultant from March 2016. So does it mean if your resume looks like one of the above, then your career is in danger? Well, the answer is of course no. One thing every applicant with a bunch of short-term jobs must do right now is to stay put. Stay wherever you are working now for a couple of more years. Commit to this company for a few more years. If you are a serious job hopper, then initially it might seem difficult, but it is not impossible. If you find the job boring, then learn some new skills or technologies in your free time. If you find yourself as a lone ranger in the team, then interact with your teammates and make new friends. If you fear the weekly or monthly targets, then work hard to achieve them. Every company will have its pros and cons, and you might have to face a few challenges every now and then. It takes time to learn a company's process and adapt to their work culture. But if you keep on jumping every 6 or 12 months, then it will be difficult for you to sometimes even understand the company's process. Let us now discuss 5 important things to keep in mind while justifying your short-term jobs to the interviewer. Number 1. Be honest and committed. The first thing to keep in mind is not to lie or narrate an adventurous story about your job life. Reasons like layoffs, or the company moved to a different location, or the company was a startup and it went out of business seems reasonable for once or twice, but not if you have multiple short-term jobs. By the way, most employers will do a reference check before extending an offer. So if you have lied in the interview, then that is going to hurt your credibility. So be true to the interviewer. Share a genuine reason behind the short-term jobs and convince them why it will not be the same this time if you really mean it. Number 2. Never blame a former employer. No matter what the circumstances were behind quitting every job, never badmouth the company, your manager, your teammate, or the company policies. Rather, talk about the experiences and the skills you have learned while working with each company and how it has benefited you over time. Number 3. Share references. If you have any achievements in the past, like closing a great deal or delivered an assigned task before the deadline, or you took an initiative and you believe that your former manager, team lead, or an old colleague would vouch for you and write letters of recommendation regardless of how long you stayed at a company, then come prepared with those references. Number 4. Let the manager know how adaptable you are. Whenever you join a company, there is a new process to learn, new applications to get acquainted with, new tools and technologies to work with. This continuous changes every couple of months makes you adaptable and a fast learner. So make sure you pass on this message during the interview. Number 5. Tailor your resume. Include an excellent summary in your resume and add your expertise, relevant skills, certifications, tools and technologies to your resume that you have mastered over the years. Make a note of all the mandatory skills and tools in the job description and make sure you add those skills and tools as keywords to your roles and responsibilities section, highlighting your expertise and how frequently you have used them. Most of the companies do a keyword search to find the mandatory skills in a resume. So use this technique to your advantage, but make sure you are not stuffing those keywords all over the place. Be honest and showcase your skills in the right way to get the job. There are a lot of career coaches who might advise you to exclude the months from your employment. Exclude all the short-term jobs with a duration of 2 to 4 months from your resume, or change the chronology of the resume by emphasizing on your skills, education, and accomplishments rather than your employment history. Well, these are all good ideas, but will not work for every company out there. Most of the companies uses a template and accept resumes in a particular format. If you are approached by an internal recruiter or a third-party recruiter, after receiving your resume, the recruiter might ask you for the missing details or reasons for your employment gaps. He will then format the resume according to the company standards and then send it across to the respective companies. So check with the recruiter if he needs a specific format of resume. If he says no, then go ahead and make all the necessary changes to your resume and send it across. In today's generation, a decent job hopping is not a big deal if you have the right skill and expertise. In fact, most of the job hoppers are top performers. However, job hopping too much can hurt your career badly. You must know how to change jobs the right way and at the right time. I hope you got some insight from this video. If you are a job hopper, then please comment down below and share your experience because you are not alone. Even I am one of you. And if you like this video, then please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this, which I post every Friday. So until then, goodbye and see you all in the next one.